Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Good to see everyone.
We'd love this call to contribute to your year-end reflections. As we listen to today's speakers and even after we've left, may the wisdom of trees touch and inspire us this holiday season. We also hope this call is an opportunity for you to inspect our work.
I was an organic dairy farmer early on in my life, and then I became a forester in my 30s. A bit later, a friend of mine went to Ecuador and joined the Peace Corps, and I followed him down after he was there for a few months and came into this community, Cristobal Colon, in the northwestern Choco rainforest of Ecuador. Just to the north is Colombia. The Choco forest is in both areas, and what this shows is in a 30-year period of time, about 60% of the Choco forest was cleared for commercial agriculture, mostly African oil palm. So that was the big context that we came into. Spent many days, months talking to the community members and discussing the idea of helping them establish a community forestry enterprise that would let them take very few trees out of the forest and make wood products out of them that would create a new set of employment and family revenues from their forest. And so that was the origin of the business.
Neither of us ever imagined to be in this journey doing Kenari nuts with East Forest brand. As a pioneer, we are the first one in Indonesia to do these nuts. And now looking at how the untapped novelty products, non-timber forest products can be a good product for the health, for the environment, and the local people at the same time. But I think what links Debbie and I to this business is our fondness to explore different part of Indonesia, appreciate the environment and the culture, and building the relationship with the people.
Yeah, I have a skin illness before, so it's eczema, and doctor used to prescribe me like steroids and a lot of drugs, but it's never cured. And one time I changed my diet into healthier diets, and I cured suddenly. Amazingly, suddenly I don't have eczema anymore. So it started my healthy journey and my interest in healthy food and also a good environment products.
How we met these Kenari nuts? This is the forest, by the way.
Yes, this is the forest.
There is one area in eastern part of Indonesia that we never been to. So at that time we went there, and then somehow we got introduced these nuts, and then we asked where can we source the nuts, and then they say you need to take a boat, go to this small island, and then meet these people. So we somehow everything was so smooth, like we met the right person who happened to from that village, and then they show us the trees, the fruits like this, the shell.
Yes.
And they gave us a stack of Kenari nuts to bring back to Jakarta. Yeah, we didn't know what can we do about this, but we tried to put in the labs. We found out it has the highest magnesium compared to any other types of nuts in the world.
Yeah.
At that time, it was untapped. It's just scattered in the forest. And because they don't know the economic value of it, sometimes they cut the trees because it's really good for the furniture, fences.
For food.
And it turns out to be, in the government itself, they don't really have a lot of information about Kenari.
Yeah.
Even for the European Commission, it is considered novelty product until we got the approval in 2023. So we are the first Indonesian company who got this novel food approval. And last year we got 2 awards from Europe, from Germany,
from Nordic,
from 3 awards. One is the best organic product, innovative products, and from Nordic is best organic also.
Yeah.
So we have certified USDA, EU, and Japan.
We recognize that if the forest was not worth more than they could clear the forest and convert it to agriculture, if agriculture was worth more to them than forest was, there was nothing we could do to save the forest, because they were poor and they were not indigenous, and they wanted to send their kids to school, they wanted to go to the doctor, they wanted all the things that people want, and the trees were their bank account. And that took a period of 10 years of intensive R&D in every stage of understanding the 300 to 400 species of trees that were there, their silvicultural properties, their wood properties. That we only harvest about 3 to 5 trees per hectare in a 20-year period of time. So we're harvesting very, very little part of the forest that supports the wildlife habitat for threatened biodiversity, and it supports the carbon in the forest. But it took a lot of intensive studies of the whole system to begin to find out how we could connect that forest to markets. The beneficial returns loan allowed us to hire a really good interior designer, furniture maker, who very well experienced in wood and design, to come up with our design palette.
We work with the local people in the eastern part of Indonesia. We call the area as a Spice Island region, because many years ago, 100 years ago, that was the epicenter of the spice trade. So a lot of Europeans came there to buy nutmegs and so on. But we realized that actually canary nuts tree protected those smaller trees. So the canary trees protect the ecosystem for those high value commodities. We learned a lot from them, especially in terms of sustainable agriculture.
Yes.
And so what we are doing is trying to maximize their potential. So we are moving from subsistence agroforestry to perhaps what we call semi-commercials, because we don't want to do completely commercial agroforestry in the forest. We want to also work with the more locals, especially women in the village, to tap these novelty products.
Because canary nuts came from canary fruits, so it's very sustainable because the wild animals can eat only the fruits of canary fruits. They never eat the kernels inside because the shell is very thick.
The nuts is inside here normally.
Yeah. So like the boar and then the birds only eat the fruits, and human can eat the kernels. So it's very perfect for us.
Along the years, we see how the locals change their perception in terms of their environments. Now, like last year, they're suggesting us to make a buffer zone or make the area that they are working as a conservative conserve area.
Indonesia has some of the highest concentrations of carbon in forests anywhere in the world, especially in the peat forest. So that what you're doing is really, really important.
The art of economics consists in looking not merely at the immediate, but at the longer effects of any act or policy. It consists in tracing the consequences of that policy, not merely for one group, but for all groups. And I just really thank you guys for embodying and enacting this ethos, economics in one lesson.
We have seen what we are doing is really attract a different types of investors. I think it's very interesting to note. So far, including with beneficial returns, I think we met different people who are impact driven or faith driven, and I think it creates something different.
Can I just say one brief thing, which is that the loan from beneficial returns saved our company, and it provided our capacity to get into market with some beautiful products, and we would not be here if it had not been for the loan. So I can't thank the whole team enough for what you do to help organizations like ours?
This year, we worked hard to increase our portfolio and support more social enterprises. Up to November, we made 13 loans, of which 8 were for new borrowers, reaching 21 companies in our portfolio. In terms of portfolio health, all of our borrowers are paying on time, with the exception of Echele. Echele is a Mexican social enterprise dedicated to building affordable housing for poor communities. Of course, more importantly, the houses have been built, remain standing, and continue to serve the intended beneficiaries.
I'm gonna share with you the pipeline we have reaching out more social enterprises in different countries. So one of them is Kenemer. Kenemer, it's a 14-year-old agricultural company in Mindanao, Philippines, that processes cacao through smallholder farmers and bananas through their own farms on land leased from farmers. Another one is Cotton Nation. This is a Peruvian company dedicated to production and promotion of organic and regenerative cotton fabrics. Another one is Enmo Rice. This is the largest producer and exporter of organic rice from Cambodia. They produce, process, and export organic or sustainably produced rice according to international certification standards.
Thank you so much all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great day or great evening?
Great evening.
Bye, Felix. Bye, Debbie.